experiment.
Kasi
2 hours later.
first time ko din mag-run first time ko din i-run tong game na to.
Setup.
But you will not know the title of this game yet. So welcome to my homebrew. I am your DM Fonzi Marquez. So just to give you a few things now as a background of this adventure. The adventure happens roughly during the same time of Descent into Avernus, Season 9, and pa-transition to Season 10. So time-wise, parang yun yung nangyayari. So it's still fresh what happened to you guys and what happened to... Maybe you've heard of what happened to Alturel and stuff like that. Maybe you haven't, depending on what your character is. But essentially, you four have been gathered together as mercenaries for a specific quest for the Emerald Enclave. They asked that you were to venture forth into the forests near Chult, where you are to recover a specific necklace that is very important to their leadership. So it took you some time to be able to get to know each other and form parang teamwork and stuff like that. You know, yung parang montage lang tayo of you guys just being on a boat and just traveling towards the island of Chult, and then finding and parang guiding your way through the thick of the forest to in front of this large ziggurat that is in front of you right now. As you enter, you smell the sound of rot and of smoke, and it's dark as you enter. Who has dark vision here?
Not me.
Half elf.
Half elf. Gene, would you like to roll a perception check as you make your way through the catacombs of this ziggurat?
Alright. 14.
With a 14, yes, you were able to see more or less what is the general theme of the ziggurat. The smell comes from rotting flesh that seems to be laid out on this very tiny road, narrow pathway leading to the center of this area. As you proceed through, you see that on top, you see a larger chamber with a green necklace on top of what seems to be parang a flight of stairs, and it seems to be floating, encased in an aura of light and white. And as you guys venture forth into this chasm, into these stairs, you see that there are robed gentlemen parang just around you and forming and breaking stealth, and as you see them around you, and there are dozens of them. One of these robed assailants, they grabs the necklace and then runs outside the opposite exit. Do you give chase?
Yeah, that's what we're after.
Okay,
Let's go.
you give chase, and as you are chasing, no, as this parang this intro montage enters into this kind of like opening credit scene, parang ganun. So let's introduce our characters at this point as parang mag-pan yung camera sa inyo, as parang lalabas yung parang character name and what they looks like. So ganun na lang yung ating...
Parang A-team.
Oh, parang A-team, parang ganun. Or parang yung sa Borderlands, ganun. Yung Borderlands, ganun na parang ganun.
Yeah, actually Borderlands. That's good.
So parang ganun. So let's start with Nico. Would you like to introduce your character to your team?
Yes. I'll be playing as Yondu. He is a Vedalken. He does not much remember since he woke up randomly in a city and he has no parang memories of the past. So hoping as an adventurer, he may be able to encounter somebody who might know him.
Yeah, and
yeah,
part
he is a rogue.
and part of the guarantee of the Emerald Enclave is to lend their magical support just to be able for Yondu to recover whatever lost memories that he has, lost along the way. So yeah, that is Yondu as the camera spins, panning towards a hulking figure that is Luke. Can you describe your character, please?
Right. So you see a huge, tall minotaur. Yes, very muscular. So if you can imagine, the picture is para siyang nakaganon na siya, nakaganon siya sa camera, chasing that guy. And yeah, he is muscular. He is a paladin. He is a towering 7 feet and 2 inches, and he has a huge ass greatsword. Yeah, and he is all about the glory. Right. So that's Grandier.
As Grandier steps through two of these robed gentlemen, and they fly off as the screen freezes and pans towards a gunslinging human, which is Carlo. Would you like to explain? Would you like to
I
introduce your
tip my
character?
hat. You see before you, 5'3" human. He is clad in leather armor, but it's very loose and it's very somewhat of the Western, some like reminiscent of Western movies. And then he is also in wrapped around by a red robe and is parang chewing a reed. As if keeping it in his mouth. And yeah, he gives chase and would want to actually start firing if he is allowed.
Yeah, he fires around probably through the thicket and just random targets who are just there on the side. As parang your reed bends as you bends to this force that of and the speed of your flight and chase towards the man who seems to have grabbed the necklace and exited through a hidden passageway. As the camera pans and freezes as it goes to Gene's character. Would you like to introduce your character, Gene? Gene?
Nakamute ka, Jin. Baka nakamute din tayo sa kanya.
It's not
Ayan,
like-
ayan. So you see a fancy dressed half elf who's also kind of running, trying to keep up with this very fit group. And you see this kind of like lean, almost scrawny bard who's like, parang itsura niya is like, whoa, they're really running fast. They're like, holy shit, who are these people? Why am I here? They're very confused and very dazed. And as far as he can remember, he was just out drinking in a bar, flirting with a barmaid. Then suddenly he finds himself in a place with rotting flesh and apparently people bigger than he is, except for the gunslinger. He's very confused as to why he is here. He's like, holy shit, these people are running past me.
As he pulls up the rear and in confusion
Dazed and confused.
runs towards you. These familiar faces, although still trying to get your bearings about you.
Right.
You do know as much
like-
that you need to follow, and you do know as much that these are your companions, and you are in deep shit. So you run out
There's a draft flower.
into the thick forest where would you like to for those of you who are giving chase, roll me a survival check or investigation check, whichever you prefer, so that you could find out the general direction of where this assailant has fled to.
23.
With a 23, You are able to find very specific tracks and broken twigs as you locate more or less a pathway headed towards a general direction of where they should be. What would you like to do?
We give chase. We give chase. That's
Right.
what's our original intention.
Now, what is your marching order then?
Di yan pwede parang ganyan lang ako sandali sa kanila, parang halt, and then can I check the surroundings first?
Sure, make a perception
I just-
check or
I
investigation
just
check.
wanna check. 18 plus.
What are you checking for, Blan?
If there are anyone, if we are surrounded ba or anyone hiding,
All right.
so that's 18 plus 3, that's 21.
With the 21, you definitely know that these robed gentlemen aren't really known for their stealth. And also with the intel that you've gathered along the way, prior to coming here, you know that they're not particularly stealthy. But as you know that these assailants coming from behind you, but no one seems to be hiding in an ambush in your direct vicinity now.
Alright, so yeah, if wala nang mag-check ng traps, I don't check traps. So let's go.
Do you give chase?
How is the ceiling nga ulit? Did
You
we
are
go-
outside now.
Okay, we're out na pala. Okay. Alright.
Okay, so assuming na parang montage, so parang nakita niyo yung tapos nag-exit siya, tapos palabas na rin kayo, tapos parang naggugulo sila sa ziggurat, parang may nangyayari sa likod, tapos binaril niyo pa sila on your way out, so parang they're still recovering from that. As you give chase, what is your marching order?
I'll go first.
Yeah, I'll
Ooh.
go.
Yeah.
I'll let you select
I'll go
pala your
beside.
tokens.
Always at the rear.
DM, what time of the day is it ba?
It's high noon.
Oh,
Nice!
It's
High
high
noon.
Man, I'd love
Howdy,
to.
partner.
I was gonna look over to Yondu. Is that the name of your character, Yondu, right?
Yeah, Yondu.
Yeah, I look. God damn it, Yondu! Why do you have to be so? And then I start chasing off.
Okay, choose
I know we should have gone for those kids.
choose your tokens.
Damn it! I will be the.
I'll go for the black
Blue.
green.
I'll be the red
Since-
one, the red 3. Yeah.
I'll be the blue 3 since I'm blue.
I'll be the violet because it's flashy.
It's easier to see.
Easier
Yeah.
target.
Yeah.
I'll get the rear.
Alright.
I'll be
back up.
in the middle.
So, teka, sino yung green?
Si Grandier.
Ikaw yung mauna.
I'm a work.
Si,
Hold the horn!
who's red?
That would be...
Kian,
That's
Ah.
me.
Carlo.
Yeah, that's me. That's the red one.
Oh, plot twist. It's not KN anymore.
Kian pa rin.
It is KM.
Is it okay if we have a silent observer lang later?
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
Alright.
Sure. Silent observer. Aha!
Silent observer.
And Gene, you are purple now.
Yeah.
Someone who streams and
Alright,
no one
so
ever watches.
is that your marching order?
Yeah,
I'm good with this.
I'm good with that. Sige, yeah. I'll let Gruntier go first.
Alright, as you give chase.
So, cowboy yung theme natin because we literally have a cow.
As you give
Yeah,
chase. Grandier, make a perception check.
Right. Oh shit. 3 plus 2. That's 5.
5. Jesus.
That's a 5.
Yeah,
Like,
with your 5, you're not able to see that there are perched in some of the trees here are several cultists who seem to be waiting for you.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh
tortoise.
damn.
Why do they look bigger than us? Muscular cultists.
I don't know, man. They're pretty square.
Right. So, let's roll for initiative.
Hell yeah. It's
Let's go, -1. Oh, 17.
17 plus...
Wow.
Then 17 plus 20.
Yeah, 17 din.
PM.
Okay.
But then,
Gusto mo ma-unlock?
No,
No, I'm
after
good.
you. No, after you.
I-
No, after you.
sure.
17 din
17
ako
din
eh.
ako.
Okay.
You say, Gene, ilan ka?
You wanna take pictures somewhere?
Okay lang ako. Nandiyan pa akin. Actually, 18 na roll ko din, -1.
Ano yung roll mo, Jean?
16.
16.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very
Some-
close.
Some of them do have surprise attacks against you.
Oof.
It's
That's
time
good.
to die. It's time to die.
This guy will lunge forward here and will attack
no.
you, Nico,
Woo! Right.
with the 22 to hit.
Hits.
Only 2 damage.
Oh, cool.
Why don't we have a healer, guys?
Who has the highest passive perception, do you think?
Same ata kami ni ano.
I
same
have
ni
13.
Carlo.
13 lang ako.
Kami, pareho ding
16
16.
din ako.
16 with a 16 passive perception, you notice that the green number 2 bandit over there seems to be clutching the
At the necklace.
the necklace, the emerald necklace that you were looking for.
It's on. Bitch.
Naka-target na ako doon, naka-target. Red
This-
ang color niya.
This guy, this blue classmate of yours there, runs forward as well.
Oh.
And we'll try to hit you, Kian.
Okay.
With 9 will miss.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's their turn. And let's go through the top of the round, no? Si Kian, which you rolled a 7.
But 17 plus 3, that's 20.
Yeah, with the 20 brings us to the top of the round. Kian, what would you like to do?
All right. Seeing that number 2 has the necklace, I raise my pistol. Okay, that's +7 to hit. That's +5 to hit because I don't have proficiency with it yet. 11 plus 5, 16 to hit.
16 hits, yes.
Yes, all right, and then where's my d8s? All right, no, d10. That is my d10. All right, d1 d10 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of piercing damage.
As you fire this strange weapon that most of you aren't aware of, but you have been more or less briefed about the power. The sound reverberates around as a few of the
fuck.
birds fly out from their trees, from their perch. And that guy dies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, what
crap.
kind of magic is that?
Gunslingers are insanely sa damage, man. Lalo na kapag T1.
Yep. So that little square there is the necklace. Brings us
Right.
to next. Would you like to move, Carlo? Or is,
I would like to that would risk to attacks of opportunity, but I'll take it. I'll move towards
this is you, right? Did you roll with disadvantage?
No.
You should roll with disadvantage. If someone is
Ooh.
in your space.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can you
Is
roll
that
again?
some sort of feat? Or
No, when you do a ranged attack with someone in your area within melee of you roll with disadvantage.
all right. Yeah, I failed that roll. That's
What
a
did you
3.
roll? That's a 3. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you missed.
He's
Ah, damn.
alive.
Oh
Damn
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep note na lang. DM
Okay.
Fonzi. of that ruling. Pero ganyan yan sa usually when Eldritch Blast, for example, fire a ranged attack or any ranged attack tapos with someone menacing your space, you roll with disadvantage. That's why I had that go there. Pala.
Okay.
All right.
Nice,
So
nice.
parang the cultist number 5, no, parang tipped your elbow a little bit, so you parang your gunshot fires and
Kiniliti
swings
ka.
wide. Yondu, it's your turn.
Granger goes, ano,
Okay. I'll
first.
go for number 2.
All right.
So I will move. Ay, move ko na sana token ko yata. I'll just move forward enough na nasa harap ko siya.
Okay,
The green one.
Maeo ka ha?
Yep. AO.
What a man.
What a man.
Or Minotaur pala.
Man. We'll miss.
What a cow. Holy
What a
cow.
Cow. Holy cow.
Alright. I will attack.
All right, roll to hit.
Baka mamatay ako kay 5. AO siya muna. Or...
He missed.
Alright!
Only a 9.
That's a 16 plus 7.
16 plus 7 definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Nice. Thanks. Oh man, 1 and 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points of damage.
Just enough as you bring him
Ooh!
slash down.
Nice.
He is dead.
Nice. Can I
You
pick up
discharged
the
him.
thingy?
Sure.
Or I need to
you
use...
you see item attachment picked up. Yeah, I guess you are able to pick it up.
Picking it up. Then that would be my turn.
All right. Next up is Yondu.
Yondu gets startled at the explosion. It's like covering his ear. What the heck just happened? Sino yung tumapik kay Kayan?
Number 5.
So number 5.
Number 5, sige. Yondu will try to whistle as best as he can.
Nice.
And then will
I'm so
attack with
excited for
disadvantage.
So where's the whistle? Come on, do it!
I
Okay,
can't
so that's that's an 11 to hit with disadvantage. Sorry. With disadvantage pala DM, no? No, that's a nat 1.
Not one, yeah. That misses. You whistle and it whizzes past the head as it still able to parang lazy, not naman lazily, pero luckily dive down and miss as you miss with your natural 1. Mate Trim, Gene, what would you like to do?
So he got startled with the sudden explosion that came from that device, and he suddenly, parang out of being startled, he unleashes a very he does a vicious mockery, parang nabigla lang siya, sobrang gulat niya, parang putang ina, ganun. And he unleashes it at number 5. Parang putang ina na yun!
Wisdom save. Will save probably for a 19.
Yeah, he saves.
Anything else?
Okay.
These two will focus fire on you, Kian.
Understandable. I have the biggest. I have a bang stick, so
So one will parang na ano sila na parang that was loud. Kill him. One will miss for a 2, but the other will hit for a 19.
yeah, that hits.
Yikes.
You
Help.
take 5 points of damage
Oof. All right, taken, DM.
as they're trying to parang more or less parang look at what and they see the smoking gun, more or less. You see the smoking gun.
Smoking gun.
The rest will pounce towards you, Luke.
Alright.
We're gonna have to buy him a silencer.
Nah.
Angier,
What's
and
a-
will try to
What's a silence?
take you down. That's a 17 to hit for the first
Ah,
one.
damn it.
Ooh.
Hits.
Second one will miss for just a 12. So you take 6 points of damage.
Ah! Sakit. Oy!
Yeah, rolled high.
Taken DM.
So that's the cultist's turn. He looks at you and parang points towards you. Parang he points his parang bloody as your blood transfers towards its sword and scimitar. He says, "Give that back to us. That belongs to me." Kian, top of the round.
Top of the round, I will attempt to shoot number 5. Point blank range with disadvantage. Yep, that misses. That's a 5.
5.
Two
Parang-
more shots, guys.
Parang as you
Before I have
parang,
to reload.
as you whip your gun to fire, he manages to kind of like dodge with kung fu accuracy. Tapos he parang looks surprised. Parang, huh? How did I do that? Okay, Grandier.
Alright. As he was pointing at me, I look back. Tapos parang mayroong smoke naglabas sa nose. It's time for an attack. I'll retaliate.
Alright.
What? Naulog aking dice. Dang it. It's a 17. 10 plus
hits.
7. Alright. By the way, I attack. Sino yung nag-attack sa akin? I mean,
Number
yung
4.
nagtumama. Okay, number 4 will...
Thankful it's not a natural one.
What?
Otherwise,
6
I could
plus
have died.
1 plus... So that's 7 plus 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12.
12 points of damage. You lop off. What's your weapon?
Great sword.
With a great sword, you slice through, creating this large gash across his chest. Number 3 looks startled, and parang a look of concern covers his face as his partner falls dead,
Alright.
Human steak.
gurgling blood.
How the tables have turned.
Yondu, what would you like to do?
I will whistle.
Kill someone, please.
Whistle down the
Oh my god, never mind. That's 9 to hit.
9
Your rage
misses.
people are not doing very well.
You probably have.
I'm-
That's why you have daggers.
Yeah. No, actually, I
Feeling
didn't.
ko makatama kayo.
I have a rapier. I should probably use it now.
All right, Gene, it's now your turn. Your friends aren't looking good.
Yeah. So, I do a vicious mockery on number 5. Is it hit?
Alright.
To save?
It will fail. What's your damage?
Nice.
I roll a 3.
3
Oh, I guess.
points of damage. Alright, and he has
How do you
disadvantage.
viciously mock him?
And then I look at the gunslinger and I tell him, I inspire him by saying, "Damn it, don't miss next time."
I am thoroughly inspired.
More frustrated than inspired, but we'll take it. As he sees the words of inspiration exit your mouth, Gene, and into parang as you see parang Carlo looks pretty inspired. He'll try to who do you attack? Let me see. Yeah, who will attack you, Gene?
Shit.
Oh, with natural 1.
Nice.
Yes,
Number 5 will attack you, Ken.
Yeah.
For a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Hits. You only take 3 points of damage. You're still up?
We're going. Yep. We're going down in an earlier round, guys.
Number
Sugar,
3,
we're going down swinging.
Number 3 will continue to attack you, Grandju. For a 2 will probably miss. And that's their turn. Number 3 tries to grab at the necklace that you seem to be holding on. Please return it to us.
Why would I give it to you?
It's
Grandier.
your turn, Kian.
Yeah, seeing that number 3 is being very forceful, I am going to aim down at him with my sights. And I'm
Disadvantage ka
hearing
pa rin,
this.
ha?
Yeah. Oo nga pala, no?
Disadvantage ka pa rin.
Diyan na lang
Yeah.
sa'yo. Diyan
Yeah.
na lang sa'yo.
Number 5, I'll try to hit number 5 this time kasi sayang damage if ever. Okay, that's 18.
18 hits?
That's also 18. So, I won't use muna yung ano ko. Yeah, I will now roll for damage. So, 5 plus... Ay, gagi. 1d10 ba to? O, tama. 5 plus 3. 8! 8 points of piercing damage, DM.
Number 5, just enough. As you parang empty your chamber, or do you have to reload?
I only have one more till I have to reload it.
As you, parang number 5 is visibly distracted by the words and desperation of number 3 as he turns his head, dropping his guard. As you release this, the trigger straight up sa kanyang dito, tapos it kind of like jolts him forward, and he falls to his back and he's dead. Unmoving.
Nice.
All right. Anything else?
I would like to end my turn there, DM.
All right, Grangier.
Grangier would like to knock this guy out, so I will not kill him. That's 4 plus 7. 11.
11.
Will miss.
Darn it. That would be my turn.
Yondu.
Kill him, please, Yondu.
A bit tone deaf, I guess, from the explosion. Will take out his dagger.
May ringing sa...
11 to hit DM.
11 will just miss, unfortunately.
Oh,
Arius start, but you failed. You just miss.
Alright.
Gene.
I'll try to take out my rapier and I'll try to attack.
There we go.
18.
18 hits.
Nice.
Nice.
So that is 1d8 plus 4. At least I hit with a 10.
Nice.
10 points of damage.
Yeah, 10 points.
You pierce through and kind of like, alam mo yung parang scene nila Frodo dun sa sa Mines of Moria. You slice through and you pierce a very important organ, and apparently it kills him with one swoop. So number
Nice.
3 remains.
Nice.
All right. He is going to.
Mag-crit ba, no? Oh, dang it.
Oh no. Kapag nag-crit yan, dude.
He looks at you, Grangier, with the look of fear and desperation. He looks back into his companions and to see that they have all died in the arms of your friends.
Well, not mine.
And he's just like parang a strange looking mace, glowing mace, and he tries to hit you, but you notice that his aim is a little bit off. So he says, if we are not going to take it, you will not take it. And he kind of like aims towards the amulet as he strikes.
Oh no!
Dodge!
That definitely hits.
Oh, damn it!
Wait, some mace damage too.
Should
This
have
is
put it in your fast pocket, man.
6 pa good. As you notice, he swaves around. He smashes the amulet.
That ends the adventure early.
And you see that the parang the glass, the green emerald shards are parang disperse into the air like mist and disappears as he smiles. And he will try to run.
Oh, no, you don't! No!
Right? Make your AO.
Bad trip. Please figure kanina sa patay na sa akin. 11
That's
plus
bullshit.
7,
18 hits.
That just flew over everyone's head, I guess.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Yo!
I'll just swing at his back, facing away. I'm so frustrated.
He falls. And parang ano siya, parang, alam mo yun, parang nagtatumbling, gano'n.
Yung Squidward na slow motion.
On the ground, he's still gurgling blood as he looks at you, Glangier, with a look of concern. First, he looks around to where the shards have fallen. He looks at you with eyes that seem to be of fear, but also surrender as he releases his life and gives his last breath, and he dies.
And I'll
Someone
give a double
heal.
tap. Double
Para
tap.
ano, heal, para mawal.
Para may ano.
Oo.
Oh
Heal
boy,
tapos skill ulit.
the Emerald Enclave is gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
Okay,
what do we tell
so-
them?
Grandier will gather all the shards. Try to
Yeah.
gather.
You see
You guys
that
have
what remains are parang the chains of parang the golden chain link around, and the encasement of the emerald here. Make an investigation check as you try to collect everything.
Ooh.
Would you like to assist, ba?
Yeah.
Rest of you?
Can you
I'll
please
help.
assist? Because I rolled a 1. Come on, assist.
Okay, you can just roll a party investigation check.
Let me see.
Oh boy,
As you're
that's a
looking
6
through.
for me.
Okay, so that means I rolled a 1 plus 1. So that's
I
2.
am not rolling well today.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled
I
an
rolled
18.
a
There we go.
2. Nice.
With the
Rolled a
fif-
15.
with the 15, Matrim. Is that how you pronounce your name? Matrim?
Yeah, Matrim.
Matrim. When you roll the 15, you notice that there is a very strange looking, very small amber figurine that is parang encased in kind of like these really fine green powder. It's difficult to know from your standing position like what the shape of it is. You lean down, you grab it, and you see that this amber figurine is kind of like built like a barn, more or less, like with with a sharp tower in the front of it, and it has a strange symbol attached to the parang to the top of the tower. Parang alam mo yung parang it's a barn, tapos it has doors in the front, tapos it has windows on the side. It's very, very finely made, as if parang almost like expertly done with parang you admire the level of detail it has. Tapos the tower and what sits in front of on top of the tower is a symbol that you haven't seen or don't recognize. That's what you see.
I rolled an
I see a
18 DM.
bar.
Does that
Yeah.
make difference?
Yeah, so both of you find it. Both of you kind of more or less locate the item.
Maybe we should bring it back.
Well,
Luke, as a paladin, are you proficient in religion?
Yes, I
Oh.
am.
So yeah, those of you who are proficient in religion, you can roll a check for me.
Alright.
I am rolling so well today.
I rolled a 1. So that's
Grabe. It's two
Yep,
ones,
two
bro.
ones in a row.
You don't really recognize the symbol of this.
To the next
Gene-
jail you go.
With your bard, are you proficient in Arcana?
With my bard, I am not, but can I try?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
Alright, so that is. I rolled a 10 plus Jack of all trades, 12.
With 12, it's difficult to tell, but you do sense some sort of magic coming from this very small piece. But you're not sure as to what kind of magic it is.
Okay. Alright.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh!
Ooh!
Holy crap.
Takot ako bigla.
That's not good.
Everyone DM or just Gene?
Just Gene.
Oh.
11.
11. With 11, you guys see this. Parang,
Yikes.
as Gene is kind of like holding on to this very tiny thing, parang he disappears, and almost like it sucks him in. So parang, and he goes inside.
What?
What just happened?
Get him out! What the hell did you do, Grungier?
Oh, I don't know.
God damn it! Yondu, get over there. Let's find out what happened. And then I walk over.
We pick it up and see.
Carlo, you did make that 18 perception check. So you recognize that one extra detail is present now in the amber parang carving. You see a parang a figure very faint in its detail, but you're able to see the difference. Parang a humanoid parang figure seems to be standing in front of the statue.
Gene,
boy.
is that you? Can you hear me, Gene?
He can't hear you. He can't hear him.
I'm just talking to it. Maybe we should bring this back to the Emerald Enclave.
Carlo, make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck!
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
There's
Okay,
something here.
guys. We got this.
Alright, you got this.
And this is how our
Going
party
out.
ends, though. We all just get sucked up. Wisdom
is,
saving throw, DM. No, hold on.
Is this like the level 1
17 plus
the level 1
19.
Gene Bard curse?
With a 19,
Yeah.
you see Carlo get sucked up inside this ember glass figurine as it drops to the floor.
Okay. I look at Grandier.
Grandier, make a perception check.
We're
The
fucked.
same. Oh, wait lang, na-fudge. Ooh, I rolled a 20. So
Nice.
that's 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah, natural 20. That's 23.
23. You notice that you being a man of nature, no? A creature of nature, you recognize and you master more or less, or parang you've grown up in forests and areas like this. So it's unusual for you to see that all of the leaves seem to be pointed towards and kind of like being drawn to the ember figurine in the center. You notice that the blades of grass from where it sits, you notice that there are spirals forming around it, ever so faintly around it, as if it's being sucked into the ember. And with your 23, you notice a few details like disappearing, like pebbles and blades of grass and random trees around you as the force kind of like gets fainter, parang draws you in, as if alam mo yung parang elevated kayo, nag-elevate kayo, tapos parang you seem to be drawn into this place or to this,
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
From black
boy.
hole, parang ganyan.
parang ganun, but it's very faint.
I tell this to sinong naiwan, si Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell this to Yondu. Looks at him and
Man, I'm not
So-
already there. You see me already backing away.
I look at Yondu and see him backing up. So I'll touch the pebble.
Oh boy.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's how our party ends. Thank you for watching, guys.
Agrola ko ulit DM kay nahulog.
All right.
14 plus that's wisdom, no? 14 plus 5, that's 19.
19. Same with Carlo. You get sucked into as Yondu. You notice that you're only, you are the only one left in this.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna do now?
Do I see any other patterns with the leaves, but that
Make a
might
perception
give me
check.
some. Okay. That's perception. That's 16.
16. You just notice that the leaves seem to be now dead leaves are now flying around in this area, creating more or less kind of like a very faint vortex around. It seems to be pulling towards the center of gravity, which seems to be this tiny figurine.
Yo, Yondu, touch the fucking crystal. Do it.
All right, whatever. I'll do a parang I'll back up and then I'll do a running dive into the pebble.
Arms and blows.
Alright. As you do a running dive, into the pebble, it kind of hits you in the front as you kind of like fall forward in the grass. Parang nagland ka sa grass. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
Parang
I
naka-headstand
do-
ka pa. Parang, since you hit your head, do it with disadvantage.
Wait,
There we
okay.
go.
That would be a 9 flat.
Nice.
Before your feet hits the floor, you get sucked into this place, into this amber figurine.
Oh boy.
At first, time seemed to have stopped. All you guys, those of you who have were sucked in, you don't really remember what happened in between, or all you see is white. And as you look around and as you kind of like rub your eyes and get some bearing, you hear first faint sounds of bells ringing. But you hear ding, ding, ding. As you shake into consciousness, you are in a very familiar, although not the same place as you were. But it's sort of like you woke up in another patch of the forest. But the general environment of Chult, that seems to be very parang tropical, na mainit, parang ganun. It seems to have carried over. It doesn't necessarily point towards like you've transported in a different place. It just looks like you woke up in another part of the forest. Who is proficient in nature?
Nature. Nope.
Nope, not me.
Not me.
Oh, you're finally awake. Then there's a
History.
Skyrim
guys!
History then.
History. Nope.
Nope. No.
No smart
Boy.
people here. Alright. Alright.
Nah, nah.
And you notice that your party mates are here with you. This way.
Yo, did you get sucked up too?
God, I had no choice.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Ding.
guys got sucked in.
Ding.
Y'all hear that? Do you hear that bell?
I thought it was my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hit the ground before I got there.
Granger
so-
will try to look for the source of that sound.
All right, make
Yeah,
a
I'll
perception
help.
check. Yeah, with
I'll help with
advantage.
that.
Or roll
Hey.
individually if you want.
I rolled a 19.
15 plus 3, that's 18.
Those are more than enough for
23.
you to ascertain the direction of this bell, of this source of sound. You scan around, it kind of like comes from the north part of the thick of the forest. What would you like to do? So parang nasa
I-
north part siya.
I would like to reload my gun. Click, click. So I have a complete force, and yeah, I beckon the party. So y'all wanna ride towards the north?
Is it still high noon ba?
Make
I
a
look up.
perception check.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Yeah, parang hindi rin natin alam kung saan
Wow.
pa tayo.
That
13.
is a 14 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
11.
I rolled a
High noon.
d12, so I rolled a 12. So yeah, it's high noon.
Hell yeah.
It is known.
It is known.
But how about
Don't
the
worry.
surroundings, DM? Is it still parang grassy pa rin ba?
Still
Yeah,
Chult,
parang
diba? Parang it looks like Chult.
It still feels like Chult. Yeah, it still feels like Chult.
Ah.
It's still
Any-
tropical. It's still foresty. It's still the same
Any
that's
trace of the thing that sucked us in?
Make a perception check. With your what did you roll? So perception check.
14, DM 14.
14. Yeah, with the 14, I'll just carry that over, so you won't have to roll anymore. You don't find any of the remnants, not the chain, not the dust, not the amber statue.
True that.
Let's
Naiwan
just
doon.
let's just go through the northern place na lang. So DM, I'll start looking for like any sign of a path of tracks that can help us get to the north.
All right, all right. Anybody else? What
I
you
would
like
also like to check if there are any signs of parang may nagalakad ba dito, may nagdaan.
to do? All right.
So
So,
like footprints or what?
okay. Individually, roll survival checks for me, please.
Oh boy.
That's a 15 plus 5. 20. Soft 20.
All right.
And survival.
Yeah, that's 21 for me.
13 for
21.
me.
With Bardic, 21. Jack of all trades.
Yeah. With the 21, Nico and Gene, what were you trying to look for? Footprints?
No, I'm looking for parang pathways nga. If
Alright.
there are
Yeah.
pathways.
Like you do recognize that this area, like the it's kind of like a patch of grass. No pathways are visible, but you do recognize more or less like in the like just near you seems to be like a goat path. So parang it's a very small narrow path headed towards the seems to be the source of the sound of the dinging of the bells, and one leading deeper into the forest.
Okay, I point this out to the party and I take out my crowbar. God.
Or
Yeah, and you notice the same thing, Carlo. You were looking for pathways, no?
Yeah, I was also doing
you,
the same.
Yeah, you also notice that there seem to be two visible paths, but it's still a very open forest. But there are parang more traveled paths around here, heading towards the sound, one headed towards deeper into the forest, but you're not quite sure. Luke, you're looking for footprints, none in your direct vicinity, but maybe in the goat path, you may be able to pick up some visible tracks there. And you kind of like head towards there na lang, like looking through, you notice that there seems to be a parang path of small footprints consistent with goats, and with a high perception, high survival, you are able to ascertain like footprints coming from humans or humanoids of maybe 5 feet, 5 to 6 feet, more or less. Very
tell
short.
this to the party. There might be humans here. Moo.
Let's go talk to them then. Moo.
Yep.
Okay,
go
so
talk to them then.
you proceed to the source of the sound.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you proceeding, pala? Do you do so stealthily or?
Stealthily.
Stealthily.
I will try to do it stealthily.
All right. I'll roll for stealth. I'll agree with that.
I will try. I rolled a 14 minus 1. It's a 13.
That's a 16 for me.
18 for me.
13 plus 16.
All right.
Yeah, all 16.
Yeah, good. You managed to pass now. You walk for a good 30 minutes into the sound of. Not even 30 minutes, you get to what seemed to be. You notice the walls that circulate this place. It's not necessarily very impressive. They seem to be like stakes, wooden stakes that are set side by side to each other. Not very tall, probably around 4 or 5 feet. Enough maybe to keep out wolves. As you scan through the area, it's probably it's a town that seemed to be encased in this kind of like very simple fence, and that seemed to be made of bamboo or very mundane like wood. No. You notice as you peer through, you notice that the sound of the bells seem to be coming from a very familiar looking tower that you saw before, it seemed to be similar to the amber tower that you were able to, parang the
Like
amber tower, ganun, na
the
pointed
okay.
tower, and similar symbol attached to the very top of it. As you are kind of like still stealth around this area, you're probably around 150 feet away from this place. You're still stealth around the shrubs and the bushes. You don't make yourself seen. What would you like to do? Would you like to roll a perception check to check like what's the composition of the town, or would you like to enter the town? What is it that you would like to do at this point?
Yeah,
I
roll a perception check.
Perception muna
Perception
siguro
check.
DM.
like to check if there's anyone in town.
Yeah. Is there anything specific that you'd like to know with your perception check?
I rolled a 13. Do we see any parang yung similar
Uh,
Cultists.
individuals from earlier?
23 ulit.
You do see
I rolled a
individuals,
22.
but just hold on to your rolls. You do see individuals, no, walking in and out of the town nonchalantly. They're kind of like light brown skinned individuals, not very tall. You don't really see the resemblance from the cultists that you saw earlier, mainly just because of their racial features. They don't seem to be the same, parang Caucasian. They seem to be brown skinned and a little bit short, black of hair, ganun, ganun. Tapos, you see that they're wearing very simple white tunics. Some of them are wearing this. Some of them are not wearing shirts, but most of them are wearing kind of like these very brown pants that seem to be more or less their parang garb of choice. The women seem to be wearing these very colorful pieces of cloth that are wrapped around their bodies. And yeah, there are children playing around and inside the fence, more or less. So that's what you're able to see. More or less, they're not particularly familiar with the cultists that you saw earlier.
Great,
Yeah.
we're in the Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Philly what? What's a Philippines?
Are there guards of sorts? Are there any armed men?
Yeah, that's what did you roll for perception check?
23.
With the 23, yeah, you do manage to clock a few of these parang enforcers, more or less. They stand out mainly just because of the weapons that they wield. They seem to be wielding a very familiar to you, parang a musket of sorts. Parang ganon. Parang a single fire rifle. Some of them are wielding these very parang strange looking scimitars attached to their hips. Some of them are wearing pikes. You probably were able to clock around 8 of these guards from your vicinity around.
We're not gonna get out of this town guns a blazing. It's time to talk.
Can we
do we-
hear what they're saying?
What did you roll for perception?
I think you rolled a 22.
21.
21.
No,
There
that's
isn't
it.
much conversation coming from the town, and it's very difficult to kind of like eavesdrop from 150 feet away. But you do notice though that like with their, are you able to read lips?
I would like to cast comprehend languages as a ritual.
Okay, you cast that as a ritual. You're not able to legibly hear, parang ano. What's the language
Yeah.
of comprehend languages? Hold on, let me just check.
Hold on.
And maybe we find a guard, a single guard, then ask him about the Emerald Enclave. Maybe they have a office here of some sorts.
For the duration of your spell, you can understand any language as long as you can read, hear, and yeah.
You also understand to see. Doesn't the code here or so that's part that isn't part of it. Okay, Yeah. You're too far to hear anything legible. Parang all you hear from 150 feet away, parang
Okay.
mumbles lang and something, parang loud laughs and stuff like that. But
Okay.
it stays
Okay.
up for an hour, so you're able to more or less parang comprehend languages for about an hour.
Yeah, let's have the bard do his bard stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So I cast disguise self, and I try to imitate the look of one of the people there.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you wearing? And what do you look like?
So he said that one of the males there are wearing a white tunic.
Yeah.
So I'd wear that. Kung ano yung pinakamaraming damit ng common males there, I'd wear that. And
Sure.
then I would also change the color of my skin, turn my hair black, and hide my half-elf ears.
All right.
And then I would tell the party, shall we go in?
And I look at Granger. I don't really know how they react to you, buddy.
I'll just fit in. You put something on me like I'm a prisoner or something.
Mm,
Uh,
maybe we could. Maybe they'll understand. Let's just go.
I cast prestidigitation and I create a handcuff. And I look at Granger and I want to put this on.
Prestidigitation, Gene.
I don't think
doesn't
that.
doesn't.
I think you mean minor illusion, siguro.
Minor illusion, though. Yeah.
Kasi pala small item considered.
Prestidigitation
No?
means
Well,
Kasi parang
Granger's-
item na talaga yan eh.
Granger's hand is not really
Okay.
small, so
yeah, it's like
Yeah, sa bagay. Yeah. True.
Trinkets eh. That can fit in your hand.
Yeah.
That lasts for about
Tama.
6 seconds.
oh shit. Just keep casting it.
I'll put my hood up, so try to hide my blue skin as much as I can.
Okay.
So how do I?
Maybe they won't attack. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll be fine.
we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
You know, we just got sucked into something. We'll be fine.
Yeah, they got 8
What?
guards with muskets. We'll
We'll
be
be
fine.
One way to find out.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Let's
So what do
go.
you do?
Walk in.
Let's go.
So walk in through the front gate.
Respectfully, yeah, they were like tourists.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Dinagdagan pa talaga ng respect.
I,
Just bard,
I'm
yeah.
assuming that Gene is leading the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the bard.
All right. As Gene, as you make yourself visible, no, and you see some of the guards seem to have clocked you right away. They mutter to each other visibly, and some of them head towards the path that you seem to be heading on. And some of the muskets already are like at the side of you. They're already pointed towards you. And
Oh boy.
they're already like shouting orders. Parang Gene, you're able to understand like they're saying, "Go hide." There's people coming. There's strange monsters coming, and there's strangers coming. Go hide, go hide.
Strange monsters.
Inform Berto. Para narinig nyo.
Berto?
I like elbow Granger na hey, come on, put your hands up, man.
As you notice the parang the guy in front of you, he is wearing kind of like a straw hat that seems to be like 5'6", ganon. He's very lean and muscular, and he is on his hip. It seems to be a very large parang scimitar that's weird in shape. Tapos has this musket like pointed towards like down, like nakaganon lang, not pointed towards you, and looks towards Gene, who seems to be familiar. He just says that parang, what's going on here? Who are you? Who are these people? And what is that? And he points towards Grandier.
And then
I knew
You
it.
see, you see Granger from
You
should have had him
don't
go on
understand. By the way, parang the rest of you don't necessarily understand like what they're saying.
I tell them that these people rescued me. I lost my memory, and these people tried to bring me to this place because we heard bells ringing. So these people are my savior. I don't know how I ended up at that far and something. Maybe I slept walk, parang ganun. And then I tell them, and this big thing, he's my cow.
Oh,
Make
He's
a
like my
make a deception check.
I don't know how to
Right.
respond to that, but okay.
Go with it. Go
we
with
should
it.
have had
Yeah.
Grandeur pretend to be like a real cow.
Actually, I was gonna say
Yan din sana sabihin ko,
No.
pero no,
Yeah, no,
Granger
no.
wouldn't like it.
he has hands too, so that would that
I
would
would
tip them
love to
off.
do that. I would love to do that, but Granger wouldn't allow me.
No, he wouldn't.
and that is a 19. 14 plus 5.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice one.
Yeah, with the 19, parang he looks strangely at you. He points towards the weapons that you have, and he says, "Just no weapons allowed in this town." He points towards you, Carlo, and Gene, and Nico seems to be parang hiding parang his face. Doesn't necessarily trust him yet. And Luke, parang you two can
Sketchy,
come.
sketchy.
You two can
oh
come.
boy.
The rest of you will have to wait here. The two of you wait here outside.
So he's
Alright.
pointing to me and Nico.
Parang pointing to you, parang kayo dalawa, dyan lang kayo. Pero kayong dalawa, pwede kayo pumasok, kausapin niyo yung leader namin.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then,
Then
As
I
you
deposit.
see, as you
Sorry,
kind of
go
like see coming out from with your 16 passive perception,
Yeah, 16.
16 passive perception, you see that is kind of like commotion coming from the inside of the walls as you see this unimpressive looking guy, but very fit looking, but very young looking. He seems to be different in skin color, more or less. It reminds you almost like a Baldurian, maybe parang Caucasian-ish, parang Latin American, parang ganun. But he's wearing still those similar garbs around. Parang, he looks towards you, parang he sees you, Gene, and he sees you, Luke, wearing and what you are. Parang he tilts his head. Parang he talks to the guard who is in front. He says, "Parang what you understand this, Gene?" He says, "Parang what's happening here? What did they say? What did they need? Who are these people?" And they don't really know. So you said the two of them can come inside to talk to you, and the rest can wait outside because we don't trust the way they look. Parang ganun. He nods his head.
Damn.
He nods his head. But okay. Tapos he looks back and he kind of like raises his arms. Tapos he just parang waves them away. Parang it's okay. Parang it's okay. Tapos he grabs the other guy and parang whispers to his ear, not really able to hear, but he also comes in. Parang you're just able to parang hear na parang, are you sure? Parang, yeah, I'm sure. Just go back. As they kind of like leave this guy, this guy in front of you, this this Latin American looking guy in front of you. He approaches you guys and he speaks in common. He says, "Where the hell did you come from?"
I look at Jane, waiting for a response.
He is speaking in common.
Okay, yeah. And then I look at him. I came from Thera.
I knew it!
And also,
And he walks to you and walks towards you and kind of like extends his arms and kind of like gives you a hug.
Okay. I awkwardly extend mine. Oh, there,
You're from
there.
Faerun. Oh my
Yes.
lord.
Step away.
Oh my gods. All
Mm.
right. Have you come to rescue me then?
Let me guess. Did you get sucked into a amber statuette of some
No.
sorts? Okay. Hmm.
No.
Well, that
Well,
would be a no.
mhm. So where did who will rescue you from what? Where what exactly is
This place.
threatening?
It points
All
towards the
right.
village.
Okay.
I've been here for 5 years.
5 years.
Me and Granger are outside, diba?
Yeah, you're still parang ang naiwan na lang kay yung guy na parang yung leader nila who starts talking in common so everybody
Hmm.
can understand. So parang he
Ah.
embraced Carlo na parang "Ay, salamat po. Oh my god, taga Feyron kayo. Parang ganun. Tapos
What's your name, sir?
here they call me Berto.
Berto.
Mhm.
Good day, Berto.
Berto.
We might want to if we are to rescue you, no, then we're going to need some help.
Wait, you talked about you told me about a amber figurine. What's that about?
Yes. Yeah. You see, my friends and I, we were hunting this, or we were looking for this pendant for the Emerald Enclave. And this pendant was smashed by cultists. And we saw this tiny amber statuette. And when we touched it, we all came in, we all got sucked in, and we were taken to this place.
He kind of like scratches his chin a little bit. I don't know what any of that means, but if wait, so if you say you were with cultists,
Yeah, we were against the cultists. They were trying to steal this pendant of the Emerald Enclave, and they smashed it. So we kind of failed in that regard. But we found an amber statuette, and like I said, we got sucked in, and here we are having this conversation, being pointed at by roughly 3-4 muskets. I think maybe we could be taken somewhere where it's safer.
all right,
Um,
all right. So he looks back and he raises his arms and kind of like puts it, parang signal to put him down. Muskets are put him down and they are at ease, more or less. Why don't I take you inside then into the village hall? But the thing here is that we are. Please don't start anything here.
you don't
As you
plan
can
to.
see, as you can see, we have a very minimal force here. And if you are who you say you are, and you can probably help us.
We'll do what we can.
Right. So,
Berto, what are you supposed to be in this place?
well, ever since I'll explain in the village hall. It's a long story. He turns around and he walks you towards this inside this town. Now, inside this town, it's a very strange looking town that you haven't seen maybe in Faerun, but it's similar to the feel of poverty. It's similar to the feel of like almost like hermit living. You do see a number of like livestock hanging around and caged in pig pens. You notice that there are shops in the square of the town, and this is kind of like a very circular town. So there is like the village hall is a very, and he walks you straight past this kind of like large the figurine that you saw, and you
Yeah.
see that there are people coming inside the building and going out, and you see like a man like standing in front wearing black robes. I seem to be greeting other people from coming inside and outside. You walk past, and you are headed towards the village hall, which is a fairly large building, more or less. Na parang may front, parang may konting plants, konting flowers, ganun sa front. There are stairs leading up to this wooden and stone building. And you notice that at the upper right of the roof, parang there is a large, parang but more or less it has seen wear and tear, so they're trying to rebuild or parang repair a hole in the roof. More or less, parang yun yung ginatrabaho niya. And you look around, there are a mix of people here, women, children. Roughly, you were able to clock maybe 60 people so far. Parang commoners who seem to be fairly non-threatening at all. Grandeur, you do see a couple of stairs coming your way, but they seem to be very hesitant to meet you, but they are more or less very trying hard because they seem to be trusting of Berto. So as you are led towards this village hall, it's a very clean hall inside. There are a couple of people who seem to be more or less manning this area, and Berto leads you to his more or less parang office. It's a very opens the door and you enter. Kind of like there is a very large parang coconut-ish looking table made of coconut wood. And there are more or less parang stools around, and he gathers it and he offers you water and stuff like that. Would you like some refreshments before we? You look a little battered there, friend. Did you meet any of our threats outside the forest? They're unlikely to come out during the daytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would like to have some wine, if you don't mind.
Good sir, some wine from the Minotaur.
You see, let me just close the door first. He closes the door. You see, in this place, wine is a luxury. But we do have our version of wine if you'd like to try.
Any wine could do.
tuba.
Hindi, yung parang sa CR gani. Yung sa CR. Doon yung mga prisoner ba? Prisoners.
Gives you kind of this very sour looking, parang brownish looking
Tuba talaga.
May pepsicle.
Parang gives you in a very ceramic vase na parang kaya mo na siguro yan, malaki ka man.
I'll take it.
Have we asked Berton about what's the name of this little town?
No, you haven't.
Quiet village.
Not yet.
Then we still have our weapons. No, they allowed us to
Yeah.
keep our weapons.
Allowed you
Okay.
to
Cool.
But
I was about to ask.
you still have your weapons. So Berto sits on the table in front of you, and you are kind of more or less gathered around here. You are served with refreshments. You're served with water and coconut water as well. You're given that, and you are you drink it. Luke, it's not
Yes.
very fine like wine. It's a bit sour to the taste, and it's rough. Parang it's rough, but it does the trick.
All right.
Take a swig.
That's good. So what do you call this place?
Well, I'll explain a little bit further, but first I need to understand, how did you come to this place aside from, the Emerald Enclave sent you here? I didn't know they were interested in me.
It's really more of us trying to find a sacred artifact for them,
All right.
and a couple of cultists destroying this artifact, and upon touching something from the artifact, we got
Wait,
sucked into
wait.
this world.
So you have no idea how you came here. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm getting here?
We're looking for a way to get out. Yes.
So Baldur's Gate didn't send you.
They
Nope.
didn't. No.
Okay. So he's kind of, you see that he's parang piecing things together in his head. All right. So if you're here by accident, then nobody knows I'm here. Nobody knows you're here.
Yeah. We're trying to find a way out.
Pretty much.
Wait. Where are we anyway? Are we still in Faerun?
I don't know.
Where is
Like,
here?
They call this Alonso. This town is called Alonso.
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 And you said that there were threats.
Mostly at night, yes. You see, in these past few months, we've been seeing a number of strange supernatural things happen in this town. We're not really sure what's going on, but we've seen a couple of disappearances, and most recently, we lost the mayor.
Oh boy.
What happened to the mayor?
You see that? You see that hole in front of, on top of the roof?
All right.
That happened to the mayor.
I see.
He flew?
Well, he was carried more like.
And Berto, what are you to these people? How come they treat you with such regard?
Hold on. Da-da-da-da.
Going through the backstory. Nice.
Ask mo din kung sino
Can't
siya
wait
sa
to
Pharaoh.
No, he says, no, look, they call me Berto here, right? But my name is Hector Dubas.
Tuvas.
I am from El Turel, and I have
Oh.
grown in Baldur's Gate as a member of the Flaming Fist.
Ooh.
5 years ago,
Fighter.
well,
Oh,
I have seen my fair share of combat. That's why, these fighters outside, they have their training coming from me, but they're not really, these people aren't really fighters. They're farmers. But anyway, back to my story. 5 years ago, or I think it was 5, a party of us with our leader, Ulder Ravengard, were marching towards El Turel. And then we were meeting with important statesmen there. And then we saw the companion just light up and disappear in front of us. And the last thing that I remember was waking up in the forest here. That was 5 years ago.
This some isekai stuff.
Yeah, we are. It's okay.
Make a history check.
Ako DM, I'd like to make an insight. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll
never
make a
mind. I rolled a
history
1
there.
and a 3.
I rolled
6.
a 14 plus 1. I rolled a 15.
Nice.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 15 plus 5, 20.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Gene and Luke, you know that the events of you have heard of the events of the disappearance of the city of El Torel. This happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh. So he doesn't know yet.
Now, he said that he was there when it happened, but this happened 5 years ago.
Wait, what? I see.
Oh.
Let's do the math here.
All right.
2 weeks.
So, if the,
2
know,
weeks,
Ja-
5 years.
I looked to Duvas. 2 weeks ago, El Turel fell.
What?
In the world of Faerun. 2 weeks ago, El Turel fell.
That doesn't make sense. I've been
5
here
years,
for
my
5
friend.
years. Look! And he goes behind the desk. He brings out this chest, this wooden chest, unlocks it, and shows you his parang Baldurian, his flaming fist armor, and it has seen wear and tear. Like it has been here for a long time, for about 4 years maybe.
Oh.
Apparently, time moves differently here, my friend.
Apparently so.
How did you? So when you got here, when you got transported here, like was this village already here, or did you start from scratch?
Well, the village was here, yes, but it was a different time. 5 years, a lot can happen in 5 years, and more or less I've surrendered any chance to be able to get back home. I've tried everything.
We were
Eh.
here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, have you tried venturing outside the town?
I have. Didn't get far.
Um,
I reached the coast. I traveled as far as other islands, but nothing seemed to really make sense of why we're here. You know, this town is relatively mundane. Like you, it points to you, Grandeur. You are, to them, you are a mystical creature. You are a god to most of these people.
I give Grandeur a high five.
Hey.
Magic
Hey.
is not something that happens here naturally. It is reserved for those who practice darker evil. So it's unusual for people, for your ilk, and he points towards you, Gene, for you to be so aligned with good, to be able to practice magic. It's unknown here. I've been here for 5 years. You know, I've been a drunk for 1 year, depressed for another. But I've learned to live. You know, these people are, you know, as non-fighters as they can be, they are very kind. And they've taught me another way of life. But recent weeks have shown a disturbance in the balance of things. We've tried our very best to be able to train as much fighters as we can to force back some of the things that happen at night.
So you mentioned threats earlier. What are these threats you're talking about?
I mentioned earlier that the town mayor disappeared. Well, he didn't actually disappear, he was taken.
By what?
By what?
Not sure. By a large flying creature who is capable of creating holes in roofs.
Were you able to see what it looks like? What it looks like?
Not me, but we've heard many stories of flying creatures that take you at night.
Oh.
The people that were taken, do they have certain qualities about them as to why they were taken?
Well, they seem to come at random, actually. That's a good question. I've looked into it personally, like any personal relations or anything that they share as secret cultists and stuff like that. I found nothing.
Berto, you've told us that you've been to other islands and you've been to the coasts. It seems that you're well traveled in this parts. Are there any other villages or any other kingdoms of some sort that we can perhaps get help from? I don't think a village. Go ahead.
A few days' ride, following the path north, would lead you to a town, a bigger town, a settlement more like. But it's dangerous to travel through the forests. But for us who are not really able to defend ourselves as effectively as we would be able to in Faerun, with magic and our knowledge of the arcane and just being able to fight with these God-given gifts, it's unusual here. So we take our chances. We only travel when we have to, and we try to keep as much numbers safe as we can. We're uncertain, even if it's safe to go out. But this town is self-sufficient. There is a river not too far from here that gives us good food. We raise our own cattle, we raise our own poultry, we plant our own food. So we're set here.
So you're eating cattle.
Oh, that was gonna say. Just
Don't you?
say anything.
Did you?
Calm down, buddy.
Calm
You're
down,
a god
okay.
here. Remember, you're a god. You're a god. Come on. I pat him. I pat him.
Sun's getting
And,
real low, buddy. Sun's getting real
Do
low.
you have some more of this?
Absolutely.
All right.
He goes and gets him himself. Tapos he comes back.
As he comes back, I ask him, Berto, have you noticed anything? Have you noticed anything, any pattern when it comes to the frequency of these creatures' attacks, other than it happening at the nighttime?
Well, since you can't really, you know what? He goes around the desk, pulls out what seems to be like a leather-bound a notebook. He like puts it on the table. He slides it across, opens it. Jane, your comprehend language is still up. Points to a few
Yep,
things
still
here. Parang a few strange symbols that he was able to like get from this notebook. He says, this notebook belonged to the former mayor. His name was Francis Tubera. And you see here, these are markings that we used to study in our religion. You strike me as a paladin. Do you?
Yes, I am.
So, what do you think of these symbols? He slides it towards you, and you see a couple of symbols there. Make a history check.
Mr. Check. Grabe ka pangit. I'm rolling up 4 plus 1. It's a 5. Oh my god. I suck at
Fine.
history check.
He says, it doesn't ring a bell now, does it? It's strange. It's very hint. It's very the correlation to it is very, very small. But there is similarity to the religion of Bane and the Balites. Yeah.
Lights.
And he kind of like points towards symbols of parang tawag mo dyan, mga glyphs and stuff. But my knowledge is not very wide. I was hoping that you would offer such knowledge, but then again, but it's strange, right? Coming from from someone from this place to know of certain things like this. Like, it's very strange.
Right. It is strange.
Maybe if we pin.
There have been rumors as well that, although these rumors are not very, they're not supported by fact, but there has been talk around town that the mayor has been talking to one of the witches in the forest. In our country, we would call them hags.
Oh.
Great. Hags.
Here they call them witches.
Great.
What do they call them here?
Witches.
Oh, okay.
Beto, it seems that we are at an impasse here. I mean, I feel like we could negotiate a deal here. I feel like we should help each other find our way back home in Faerun. But I guess in order to do that, we might need the help of the nearest town, because if I'm not mistaken, that's where the experts would be, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking towards religion and some of the scholars of the church. And no offense, big guy, but he looks at you, Grandier, and he says, I don't think you would fare much, in other towns.
Okay, so maybe I need a disguise.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to hide myself.
I look at Yandu.
I look at Berto and I ask, do you have a wagon?
I knew it.
A wagon.
Nope. No.
Yes,
No.
a wagon.
Not for
Big
traveling.
guy.
Not for traveling, but we can have one built for you. if that's what you require.
No.
Yeah, we can just no. We can hide Grandeur inside the wagon. If
That's one option. Yes. Not quite have in mind, but yeah, that could be an option.
well, what did you have
Looking-
in mind?
I think I also have
no.
an idea what he
No.
had in mind.
I
We don't
know
have
what
horses. We don't have horses though.
I'm just saying.
No.
Just asking
Hell
if you have a
no.
wagon.
Grandier then asked Berto, "Where did you get these symbols, by the way?"
These belong to the mayor. This
where
notebook
did he
belongs
get
to the
this?
mayor. I have no idea. Rumor has it he was talking to hags. Maybe
Oh.
you know we've seen our fair share of the drought these past few years, and past few months. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to assume anything.
See,
So
I take out my
Are there any
notebook.
item?
You know, you can check his room if that's what you'd like to do. I didn't touch much. I don't sleep there.
Yeah.
I asked the men to only fix the roof of that place, and if ever in case he returns, he would have a place to sleep in. But I have not spent the night there, not one night.
Hey, dibs on the bed, boys.
Oh yeah. Oh, DM, I'm just taking note of all these. I pick up my notebook and quill and ink, and then just start jotting these clues down. Like, there's the main quest, which is to get out of here, and then there's the side quest, where I feel like we have to find the mayor. So that's what I put in in my notebook.
Gotta find a mayor.
Mayor.
From weird, no, makita ka ng cowboy writing something.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a
Definitely
cow,
weirder than
Ash
this.
boy.
Look at this nerd writing notes.
So
Fuck off, young
but-
dude.
So where do you think they took the mayor?
I don't know. I have the faintest
Berto, would you allow us to go into the mayor's room? And while we're at it, can you also commission a wagon?
I shall do that, but it might take some time to build. You understand?
So we have
It's
lots of time.
As long as you have this fine wine.
And
Ba't
you've been
naging
stuck
cowboy
here.
ang aking ano?
That's weird. Okay, how do we play our
Fine wine.
characters?
Ano nangyari?
It's fan one.
Luke, make a con save.
Alright,
Oh,
here we
dear.
go. Here we go.
I mean, Berto's been stuck here for 5 years, so
Right, nice one. I rolled a 17 plus
Aw, I wanted him to be drunk.
8, 9, 10. 20. Is
Um,
that not 20?
You feel your stomach start to rumble.
Oh, teka.
When it normalizes.
oh okay.
Oh,
I was about to step back.
I was too.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
Yeah, I heard it.
If
Oh,
if somehow
sorry about that.
do you think that these disappearances that happened just recently and you appearing and all these strange things happening at night, do you think they might be connected?
Might be.
My light is going on and
So-
off here. Shit.
Oh boy.
Okay, wait lang ah. Just let me fix something really quick. This is creeping me out.
Ready na yung
nangyari
light
sa
niya
kanya?
for
Mas-
Curse of Strahd.
Tapos pagbalik ni Carlo, ibang figure na yung nakaupo.
Oh shit.
Oh! Part of the quest pala yun, no?
Carlo, sabi ko, pagbalik mo, ibang tao na yung nakaupo sa puwan.
Pucha, no. Ako lang mag-isa dito. Please don't.
Tapos naka-mask pa talaga.
Fuck
Yeah.
Yari
off.
ka,
Tapos
yari ka
your-
sa Strad, boy. Yari ka sa Strad, man.
Bibili ako bagong lights.
Anyway, he asked,
Yung-
do you think that it's connected somehow? Like, it could be, right? Like, there
Yeah.
Too
hasn't
much of a
been
coincidence.
anything happen for the past 3-4 years. But recently, like a rise in disappearing people and kidnappings and things happening at night, and you appearing out of nowhere. Like, who would have thought?
Right.
It's too much of a coincidence, if you ask me.
Berto, I think it's time we formed a partnership.
Let's call ourselves the Revengers. Ding, 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 ding.
I was gonna
Ding, ding,
propose
ding,
that,
ding, ding.
we help them, we'll, okay, in character, sorry. Better will help you find these lost people, or at least find out what happened to them. But we're gonna need some aid in terms of, gonna need some aid in terms of food, accommodation. My accent's all over the place, I know. I'm sorry.
Nasabay spit ba? Nasabay spit.
Some of the grass seasoning stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
but accommodations that can certainly be arranged. Like we have a few rooms here that can accommodate you, but I cannot house you in this village hall. People might start talking.
Yeah, we
You can
understand.
stay in my house.
We understand.
And oh well, I was thinking, maybe the mayor's bed would be comfy enough.
Yep. Grandier says, "Come on, man. Give some respect. Show some
I'm the
respect to
new
this guy."
mayor.
It's high noon.
I'm the captain now.
May luwag.
I can probably house you there. Like, it's a very humble home, but we would be able to talk in private. There's not much prying ears. You'd be safe there.
Okay.
All right. Beto, I noticed that some of your men have muskets. How are you able to procure those? Those are very rare. I got mine.
Those are not my design. We stole those
I see.
From who?
from, let's just say, from people who are not in our best interest. So there, you see, in Faerun, we've learned to accept one another, but here, different races seem to want to take over other races.
Oh great, racism exists here.
Oh,
God.
well, it's hot. It's about time we set things straight back here. Don't accept forms of discrimination.
All
Look at our-
lives matter.
Yeah, look at our bull. Bull lives matter.
Oh, all right, sheriff.
We're gonna.
I'm
straighten
Sandy
them out.
Cheeks.
That's,
I would ask you to just avoid conflict with these humans. At the very least, they don't understand.
do our best.
They won't
Yeah.
understand your power. But they do come with a punch, though. Those muskets, they do pack a punch. So I will be careful.
Well, I do tinker with my own, and then I show him my collection. There's the rifle, there's the pistol, and the pepper box. Maybe if you help us some more, I could help you defend your town by giving
I
us an opportunity.
Could I see a bullet?
I show him the bullet. It's a steel bolt. It's just a steel bolt. And that I crafted on my own.
We could probably help you craft more of these if you wish.
Yeah.
We'll take some time and some materials. So if you gather whatever you can, in terms of like reforged steel or ores that we can transfer into bullets, then we'll be able to help you.
Yeah.
Berto, curious. Do people here happen to have a sense of date? Do you have calendars here?
You're asking him out on a date?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm just curious.
He looks
Yeah.
at the calendar.
Yep, well, he does.
Flips through it. You don't recognize the months or
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there are no concepts of 10 days, etc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I
He just says
I
that
take days off.
it's very different from Faerun.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, guess we can claim that Sunday day off, boys.
Hell yeah.
Just to give you an idea, we have same 7 days of the week. Sunday, the seventh day is usually spent not doing anything.
Haha,
I see.
it's my type of weekend.
I guess.
And today is a Sunday. Or is
Oh,
a
boy.
Sunday. Or what would be a Sunday in Faerun.
I see.
There's similar things, religion can create some all that.
Similarities.
So the attacks happen at night. Yung frequency has been more lately. Yeah. I feel like we need to defend the town.
We've been instructing people to hunker down at night, not to go out. There have been like a rise of wolves in the presence of the forest. And there have been a lot of like disappearances. Mostly happen when people don't listen. People don't listen and they venture forth. There have been a lot of talk of silly talk, really, of like monsters and ghouls and stuff like that. But we're not really strangers of those, aren't we? In our own realm.
They're pretty common.
But all this happening in just a few months, it's alarming. Even for me, who's not from here. And I'm concerned for these people. They don't have means of magic to protect themselves. Not like us.
Do you have anyone special back here? Anyone you care about? Other than the people themselves?
Well, not particularly, no. But in
No.
terms of someone special, well, there is one that I feel like you should meet.
Go on.
That seem to be centered around the attacks, more or less, have been centered around this person.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what you
that,
thought
kind
you
of special
wanted
person.
to.
Okay,
All right,
well,
yeah.
okay.
Totally okay. We totally understand.
Yes.
We thought you were
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, well,
The bard puts his lute down and his songbook down as well. Okay.
We thought
maybe,
you
maybe
wanted
some other
to
time.
maybe
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
You do know that close-in guards of Ulder Raven guards are sworn to celibacy.
Oh. right.
yeah, of course.
So you guys don't do the thing.
Yeah.
you
All
know?
right. Cool.
Horizontal tango, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. Right.
I'm what
Well,
you
you're
call,
not in a.
I'm what you call an asexual. I don't really care much for
Oh.
sex.
Of course. Don't
I
ask,
see.
don't tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah. We don't judge in Faerun.
Yeah. no,
So show us this this person. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. I will have to
Sure.
talk to her first.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
Sunday after all.
Yeah. Right.
So to the mayor's place then.
Yeah, it's just upstairs. Follow me.
Okay.
You walk upstairs.
It's been upstairs all
leads you through a flight of stairs, and you see a lot of like eyes like peering at you. But especially you, Ganjiro, parang, for fuck. That's why
And-
he just dismisses them. Parang,
I nudge at Grandeur and I mouth off the word, say howdy.
Howdy. Oh, you're talking to Grandeur.
What's your grandeur?
He holds his horn to the cow.
You hear a couple of the kids na parang imitate you. Howdy. 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 Oh, howdy. Howdy.
Respond in kind.
See? You're now a nice
Yeah.
person.
Di hao?
Ni hao.
You arrive at the room of the mayor's room. And he opens the door and you see that the entire place is just in a mess. You see that the sheets of the bed of the mayor is just all over the place, ripped open. Like some of the mattresses or whatever it is that
damn
they
it.
have for mattresses are kind of like ripped. You see claw marks on the side scraping the walls and the wallpaper or the wood. And you notice as you look up, parang a breeze hits you, and you notice that it doesn't coming from the windows. It's coming from just
The
the
wall.
lack of roof in front of you. Like the corner
Oh,
of
cool.
this room is just missing.
There's some unique
Ah.
ventilation they have going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so make a intelligence check for me, please.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
16 plus... Check lang man, no?
Yeah, just a check.
Oh, that's a 2 for me.
I rolled a 16. Kung check, ano yun eh? Kung
17.
check lang.
Yeah, check
17.
lang.
Just your intelligence mod.
Okay. So that's a
17. Flat.
Yeah, with the
16 plus
17, you manage to parang more or less go through parang formulate a picture in your mind what happened. Parang with the rubble that is coming from the roof doesn't necessarily blow out into the street. You notice that you probably ascertain that something barged inside. Na parang this crater was for something that penetrates inside. So, papasok. Parang tapos maybe a struggle ensued. Maybe that's why there are claw marks around. There are parang few traces of dried blood on the wooden floor. And then after
Rough
that,
night.
that's all you see. Parang there's just that.
Then, Berto, could you close the door?
Closes the door.
And then Matrim sits down, and then I cast Detect Magic as a ritual. And I try to see if there's something magical inside the room.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. Berto whispers to Granjiri, says, I miss this. Tapos he looking at someone ritual casting.
And then parang Matrim kind of speaks in in an Elvish language. Motaris naman sila policy. And then starts to parang he goes into a trance and tries to speak.
Yeah, you hear faint sounds of children screaming howdy in the streets. But aside from that, you don't really sense anything magical. Aside from parang a buzz around this atmosphere. Parang there is a presence of magic here that doesn't specifically point to a particular item, but more of the thin. But it's more like as if the air was in itself magical. Parang meron siyang very faint elements
Gotcha.
of something you're not familiar with, something unique to your knowledge of magic.
Okay. And then I open my eyes and I look at the group. There's no magical item here, but something may have pierced this realm. Something definitely not from here. So I don't think we were the only ones who came through that gate. Something else, I think, was here or came with us.
Make an Arcana check.
7, 9.
With a 9. No.
Yeah.
Don't really notice or identify this magic, but it's strange because you know detect magic and what it does. It identifies specifically what sort of magic it would be, but this particular magic is alien to you. It doesn't make sense. It is magical.
And
You just
I
don't
relay
know
this
what
to
it
the
is.
group.
It's as if you're drinking.
Right. I relay this.
Yeah, you're tasting something that is completely new.
Gotcha. I relay this to the group na parang I sense that it's a familiar feeling, but I can't say what it is. Parang it's like something familiar, but it's magical. That's it. But I don't know what kind of magic it is. Just feels weird.
Can I investigate the claw marks, maybe?
Yeah, go
See
ahead. Make a
if I
nature
can-
check. Make a what check would you like to use?
Investigation, DM, if
Sige,
pwede.
go ahead. Yeah. Sige.
Ako DM, I'll check on some notes maybe if there's any documents.
That's
Sure.
9 plus 3, that's
Uh,
12, DM.
With the 12, you are more or less able to ascertain that these come from parang very sharp, very very sharp claws that effortlessly kind of like slice through the wood like as if it was nothing. Doesn't leave any particular like burn marks or anything. It's just really really sharp. You're not really sure like what it came from. Like it could come from like a weapon, but parang with the consistency, maybe it looks a lot more like parang claws. Like alam mo yung parang Wolverine, parang ang ganun na type. But parang more like dragging.
Can I maybe approach one of these slice marks and take a whiff, parang smell it.
Yeah,
See
make a
if I
perception check.
notice.
Carlo, what did you want to look for?
I wanted to look at if there were any leftover documents in the drawers, in the cabinets, or anything. So I rolled a natural one, unfortunately.
Yeah, you are kind of like looking for like whatever documents that you could find, but most of them are in languages that you don't understand.
Okay.
I could take a.
Tapos you open
Yeah.
you open one drawer and a rat jumps out at you, skitters away.
Bang!
What was that, Gene? Sorry.
I was just trying to look at, since I still have my comprehend languages up. I'm just trying to look for documents that would kind of strike me as strange.
Make investigation or perception checks.
All right. 7 plus. Hold on. Where are you? 10.
Like you find a lot of like really mundane paperwork, like receipts, ledgers of people coming in and out. You see also like the last thing that you see that catches your eye is a record of a new priest coming into town, dated 2 years ago.
Priest. And then I mentioned this to the group. Hey guys, so the last person who clocked in this town is a priest 2 years ago. Remember how time flows differently here.
Berto,
Berto
Yeah,
says that
when-
that's just Father Gabriel.
Oh, so he's still here.
Yeah, he's here. He's a good man.
when did the attacks first start?
Like 6 months ago, more or less.
6 months. Okay.
Months ago.
Okay.
Like less than
Okay.
a year. Like less than a year. We're not really sure like when it started specifically, but it started in our town roughly around 6 months ago.
Gotcha. Now, the rumors of the mayor speaking with a witch. How long or what did that rumor start? How long
That's
ago?
that's been going on since forever. Like he
Oh.
is a very superstitious person. That's why the church kind of like found it very difficult for them to send their clergy here, because he's been really into those voodoo stuff and stuff like that. So really old school in terms of like religion. Like they have a very different way of viewing like religion here and gods here. It's very strange. As compared to us, the gods here are not particularly very involved with the ways of man, except for spirits, because they tend to really get in the way of stuff. So it took a while for the church to set up shop here, more or less, but here they are.
Hearing that DM, I would like to maybe search the room for secret compartments or false bottoms, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead. Make an investigation check for me.
Oh God,
I'd like to join.
I would like to ask DM if what's the story of the priest? Where
Yeah.
did they come from?
11 lang.
The priest comes from the mainland. He was sent here. He replaced an elderly priest. I believe his name was Henry, not quite sure. I don't quite remember. I was drunk most of the time 3 years ago, so I apologize. But he is fairly young, spry. He's very active, and he cares for the people. He truly does.
What happened to Henry? Henry is the yung elder priest.
Yeah, yung pinalitan. Well,
Sacred.
Henry, I remember he was being assigned to another church. Apparently, they do that.
So who do they worship?
These people, I don't really know. They worship this guy who's, supposedly gave his life for them. So it's a very weird religion.
Oh.
We are in the Philippines.
Yep. This is definitely the Philippines.
What?
Wait.
Okay.
Maybe.
Who's that guy who gave his life?
They call him Cristo.
Let's see.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
Did he have a father named Joseph?
I don't know. I don't really pay
Hey,
attention.
hey, Kian, you might want to write that down,
I'm writing it down, writing it all down.
I wonder, do these people eat boar on a spit?
I don't know.
Huh?
Well, I eat
Ano daw?
pork.
Okay. Now I was just thinking if they share a certain trait with this island in the far east of Faerun. They might be Filipinos. If they eat
It's not Faerun.
Alright, never mind. Never mind. Southern east. Never mind. Okay, so nothing here except for the log.
So maybe we should.
Yeah, I only wrote 11 DM dun sa investigation ko.
Oh, the 3, never mind.
The 3 no false bottoms that you were able to get, but it's pretty destroyed. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just thinking. So there is maybe nothing in this town. I don't sense anything magical. So the answers we may be looking for is either in the forest or in the next town. We might get better clues from there after we meet this lady that you speak of, Berto, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a little word to the wise, though. This lady, I must warn you, she can be misconstrued as, for lack of a better term, a crazy woman. She has a child that she swears that the father is an angel.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, like the same. This is the same angels we have in Faerun, right? Or do they have different concepts of angels here?
That's what she, celestials.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's what she said, but we've learned to kind of like accept that. It won't change her mind. She just said that one night she was walking in the forest and then she kind of like passed out, and then she woke up and an angel was on top of her.
What?
Oh God.
I see.
That's what I said.
Hmm.
And then we
Berto,
have
This is called the
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, you've been here 5 years, right? Any maybe links or clues that you had or leads maybe that points to Faerun, or have we been the first one?
You've been the first, and this notebook, and yeah, you just really been the first.
All right.
See.
Grandier asks his last question. You mentioned Bane a while ago. So who is Bane to them?
I don't know. I don't know if they even know what Bane is. And for us, we were trying to snuff out the Balites and the Cult of the Dead 3 for years in our campaigns against against the cultists of Baldur's Gate. We were
So they don't
unsuccessful.
know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they know.
Ah. Alright, maybe this crazy woman knows something.
Maybe she's, she knows more than what she's hiding or she's saying. She lives by the river in the forest. It's not particularly hard to find where she is. Just follow the deep of the forest, go right, follow the river, and you will see like a very shady looking hut located just north of there. I would be careful though.
One more thing.
Yep.
One more thing, Berto. The magic in this realm, in this world, is it as potent as in Faerun?
I'm not a magic user, so I wouldn't know. But the fact that you could still cast those ritual casts that you just did, maybe the weave is still very much alive in this place.
I see.
Which gives me the notion that there is a link between Faerun and this place, like whatever this place is.
You just need to find it.
Yep, Forrest.
All right.
Keep running. Keep running.
Well, I wouldn't.
All right,
want,
Berto.
I wouldn't want to be stuck here for 5 years, boys. Let's get to work.
Yeah, might as well.
I would help you, but I have responsibilities. But if you really need my help, I will join you. If you really need,
We'll find a way and we'll bring you back.
I will take you to my house then.
On we
Alright.
go then.
So
My
at this
accent
point, it's
song,
probably
nice.
around 3, 4 p.m. You notice that some of the children are now following you around, saying, "Howdy, howdy, howdy, howdy."
Team Howdy.
You guys want to start a religion here? We can have grandeur.
Just Baal, the religion of Baal.
You see, you pass by the building, the church as you call it, and you see, parang you notice Berto kind of like say hi, hello or greetings towards the father. Father says,
Yun.
and he leads you towards this very humble-looking shack where Berto lays his head. It's a very hindi naman siya very small. It's like it's a one-bedroom apartment. Parang ganun siguro. Outside there is like a very simple table, a hearth inside. Tapos parang the entire place is made out of wood and sort of like remnants. You see, Luke, as you notice, you see parang a visible parang shrine there to Pelor that is very cleverly parang hidden or parang and then he has this very simple bed inside his parang very open bedroom, and he has parang on his sides parang nakikita mo there are a selection of swords, seem to be swords, and a musket that is just there on the weapons counter, more or less. But yeah, he lays out like cots for you, where you are able to kind of like create this parang circle inside the house where you can more or less sleep comfortably. And this is your temporary place of Simon. He he gathers a few things from his room, and puts it inside kind of like a sack, and then carries it out. He says, "Well, I wouldn't want to be here to bother you with anything, so I will be sleeping at my office. So if you need me, I'll be there. So you can have this entire place for yourself. If ever there is anything that you need, or if feel free to approach me and let me know." These people, we haven't been teaching them some broken forms of common. Here they call it English. So we have been kind of like teaching them very basic words so they would understand. But they're not very fluent with how they talk. But they are very willing to, understand you if you are patient enough with them. They are very kind. Please be kind to them.
Time to teach them some curse words.
So if you need anything, my assistant, parang assistant here, will just be here in the morning to let you know, or to let him know if there's anything that you need from us. So it's probably around 3-4 p.m. in the afternoon at this point. Tapos he bids you good night, and he says, you seem to be very capable. So if I would excuse you if ever you would go out at night to patrol. We would need the extra help in exchange for, this very simple courtesy of ours. So if that's something that you're willing to do, willing to lend us, we would be more than grateful. But of course, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Bows his head and exits. And what
What do you want to do now, boys?
Yeah,
Better.
I will look for the bathroom.
yeah. But would you like to take a short rest?
That was...
Yes.
Yes.
Why can't we take the long rest na para we recover everything?
Gusto niyo patrol?
Bagay.
Yeah, long rest tapos
Yeah,
patrol tayo sa gabi.
Patrol.
Well, it's already 4 though, so...
You sleep
long
for 8
rest,
hours.
8.
12.
Ano ba nawala nyo?
Oh, HP lang man sa akin, DM. Si our bard probably.
Wala ba sa nagcast?
Kaya,
Cantrips
Ay-
naman.
Bardic. Yun
Yeah,
lang.
that recovers after a short rest, right?
Yan, okay lang ako, short rest.
Nag-cast ata siya ng comprehend tsaka disguise.
Ritual naman yun. Ritual yun,
Okay.
Ritual naman yun, okay lang.
Yeah, I'm good with short rest lang. I'd probably
Alright.
want to be on patrol.
Yeah.
Alright. So, recovery hit dice?
So, yep. And then I revert back to my normal self, dropping the illusion.
I rolled a 5, so I have now 10 hit points. Heal, yan. Yan.
Okay, so you wake after your short rest, you muster up, gathering around the hearth, the fire. You stir, and it's probably around near 5 p.m. in the afternoon, nearing dusk and sunset. What is it that you'd like to do? Revengers.
Start patrolling, I guess. Follow patrols.
We are the Magdip.
Probably wanna find the highest vantage point in the town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be the bell tower.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep, just
That's
to
where
give you a
the bell's
layout
coming
of the
from.
town, I'll give you a map.
Oh.
This is a refurbished map. of another town. So imagine nyo na lang that this is the Barrio Alonso.
Barry Alonso sounds really familiar. Which
Sige,
movie
yeah.
have I heard?
Ano yun? Inuman?
No. Where sa Three
Barrio
Amigos at something. I don't know. Alonso.
I will show it to you now. Hold on.
The town of Alonso. Is it Doro? No. Alonso.
So,
Random lang pala talaga yun ba?
Okay.
Random name.
Hey,
I'm trying to
we
recall.
don't know.
So, pinakailan ako
Western.
ng not one ngayon ba? Nakaapat na
Lagi?
yata ako.
Kapangit din ng roles ko.
Ano ko good? Set aside ko good yun na dice.
so
Talaga,
this is what you see, more or less. So,
Okay.
this is where you came from. Itong, can you see my mouse ba?
yes, DM.
So, this is where you
Yep,
came
yep,
from. This is, number one is the village hall. Kung asan
Okay.
kayo nag...
That's where we came from.
Ito yung mga pig pens and stuff like that.
Cool.
This is the bell tower, the church area. This number 3 is currently where you're staying. This is the house
Okay.
of Berto. So not the tavern, not the inn. There are no taverns here. Number 4 is more like shops. And ito mga supply shops, parang marketplace nila. Ito yung parang it was mentioned to you that this was the parang the blacksmith where they build their stuff, weapons and stuff like that. So, hold on, give me a moment.
Well, since we're heading to the bell tower, might as well drop by and meet Father. Was it Father Gabriel? Yeah.
Yes, it was Father Gabriel.
Okay. Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Sure.
So you approach. You notice right away, like the vibrancy of the people around. No, when you came out, roughly around after 3 p.m., parang near 4. Obviously, you slept around 4:30. It's now around 5:30. There are no people on. You don't see any people on the streets anymore. They are currently.
Yep, we're in Davao.
You are outside, parang walking around, and some people you see them parang peer through the windows, and some of the guards are still roving around. They clock you, but they don't. They just nod their head. They say howdy.
Howdy. Oh, crap. You've created...
Howdy.
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 You head towards the church. It's not too far of a walk around. Parang pass through a couple of houses, more or less, and you turn right, and there's a church. And you notice that the church now is kind of like very closed. Closed in a sense na parang, well, it's not closed. Parang naka-close lang yung isang door, but the other door is kind of like slightly open. And you notice from the inside is a figure who seems to be turning off some of the candles inside. What would you like to do?
Howdy.
Knock on the door.
He knocks and he sees you. He speaks in a language that you don't understand.
Oh no.
Oh.
Looks at Gene.
Try to speak in broken.
One
comma.
moment, he turns up.
Okay, what do you say?
Ano? Gene?
Wait, I turn around, I go outside, and I cast comprehend language, and I tell the group, one moment, this is gonna take a while, 15 minutes to be exact.
We awkwardly wave at the father. Howdy.
Wait.
Howdy. Do you speak English?
Okay, and
Oh, hey. He speaks
hey.
English. Gene.
I stop mid sentence, and howdy, yo.
You look
And,
you look like you're not from around here. He points to you, Ken, especially you. And he looks
We
to you,
aren't.
Grandier. I've been hearing stories from our friend Berto. He has told me quite a strange story, which I'd like to park my doubts. I trust Berto with my life, of course. So the rest of the town. But I hear that you've come to help.
We have.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So welcome to my church. My name is Father Gabriel, and this is the Church of the Lady of the Fatima.
I see.
Uh, Refreshing to see churches without children being sacrificed.
Well,
Uh,
well, there is a story, in our old text that I could talk to you about in the future, maybe, but now is probably not the time of children sacrificing. Probably not the best
I
time.
see.
But yeah, is there anything that I could help you with?
Father,
Um,
yeah,
see.
would
Uh,
like to gain entrance
Father,
to.
is he your dad?
I see. There is a kind of like a very cultural difference here. Father is what
True.
they call people of the cloth, as you see. Like it's the
Ah,
title given to ministers
Oh.
like me, like fathers. We act as the father of a community. That's why we have this very gracious title with us.
I see.
Strange
Grandier
culture you
asks
have here.
the
Strange
father. Grandier asks father about the happenings here. What does he know?
Not much, really. I know of the sorrow of the townsfolk. They have wept openly about fear and concern over all these things happening, and frankly, it is but a test of faith, really. We hope that we are able to hunker down and really just keep our faith, to keep us strong.
So
Father,
what do you think about the mayor being in touch with those hags?
Well, I haven't really heard of anything substantial to point towards any truth to that, so I will reserve my judgment until I am able to really talk to him personally in confession. But otherwise, I will reserve my judgment, as we all should.
Am I still carrying the book or the mayor's book?
Your notebook?
Yung document niya na yung merong symbol ni Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I show this to father. What what do you think about this? We found this in Mayor, what's his name? Mayor's room.
Well, the mayor has openly been, openly admitted of his non-Christian approaches. So it's not unusual for me to look at these runes, although I don't know what they mean or what they represent, but they
Okay.
are, traces of an old religion prior to us being able to come here and share the truth of the word.
So what do you know about Bane?
Who?
Bane, he's a deity. And Berto says this showing the symbol. Berto says something about this is being the symbol of Bane.
Well, I have read some entries in the Bible mentioning Bane, but aside from that, not much. Certainly not in depth like that. Is Bane was mentioned as one of the demons in the Bible,
I see.
in the good book, that is.
I see. I remember this.
Priest,
I would
has
like to
any
inside check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Father Gabriel. I want to check I want to check his general well-being. I want to find out if he's lying or if he's showing. Kumbaga, he's putting up a facade. I just want to check that out.
Hmm?
That's 10 plus 4. That's 14.
14, he's generally been very truthful to you so far.
I see.
All right.
So, is there anything else I can
Priest.
help you with? Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gene.
The um has any of the faithful mentioned anything uh quite recently, strange or anything that is interesting aside from the usual attacks?
Well, I can speak for
Like
myself that
out of
there have been items that go missing, and there are like storms that come with no rain. There are thunders that come without
I
light.
see.
So there are strange phenomena here that happens almost nightly, as I am sure you will be able to witness. I hope not, but as you stay here at night, maybe you will encounter one such phenomenon. Most of them have been relatively.
You said
Hello.
go ahead.
I was waiting for you to finish, but of course, like most of them have been relatively harmless, aside from it started as so. But we've been hearing reports of people gone missing, and the attack on the mayor, and it's just been a mess.
You said items were missing. Do you happen to know what kind of items?
He points to the wall, and you can see kind of like a very visible ano tawag mo dyan? Parang alam mo yun, parang magtanggal ka ng photo sa wall, tapos parang may maiwan na parang outline.
White na ano.
Parang
na,
may dust outlines there.
There used to be something there.
Parang
What was there before,
parang
priest?
parang it's a figure that seemed to be parang a very like a T. Parang ganun siya na figure.
T?
A T.
Like a crucifix. Okay.
Like a
Yes,
crucifix,
okay.
yes. But you wouldn't know what that is.
Yeah.
Right. Was the
Parang
object
ganito.
there a sim?
Parang ganito.
Right.
Posible
Priest.
symbol.
Priest. What? I'm sorry. We are obviously not from this world. This thing that was missing, was it of any significance? Is it a relic, a symbol of sort? What do you use it for?
It's a holy symbol that represents our religion. It is called.
Hmm.
You're asking about the cross, yes?
Yeah, that's it. Yung parang, so I see the outline and syempre, I'm not familiar. I ask what the item is for, what's it used for, is it a symbol, is it whatever.
Well, the paladin would know. Hindi niya pala alam na paladin
Hindi
ka.
ko alam.
Hindi niya pala alam na paladin ka. So, he says, well, he points towards the cross in the middle of the church. He says, well, that is a symbol that all of us who share the faith, carry to remind us of the sacrifice that was given to us, for us, by our God. Have you heard of
Interesting.
our religion?
What is your religion? Aware ako niyan, DM. Aware ako niyan na religion. Kahit other world siya.
Sinabi
Hindi-
na niya kanina, ano yung ano nila?
Ay, yeah. Pero yung ako, alam ko na badaan as a
Hindi mo alam.
paladin.
You've never heard
No,
of it.
parang hindi.
You don't know the symbol. You don't know any of it.
Well, Berto may have mentioned it during our conversation, so we are aware of it a bit.
And if you're open to it, of course, I would be more than happy to explain it to you in the future. If you had more
Of
time.
course, please.
Yeah. You have to
Of
make
course.
sure that the village is safe. So
Of
we'll be
course.
seeing you again, Father.
Of course. Like, this is a sanctuary for everyone.
You mentioned something about a confession.
Mhm.
What does the good mayor have anything to confess about if he
Well,
didn't have any
he
sin, any crime rather?
I have
I
not
don't know what
seen
you
him
mean.
inside this church for more than 20, 30 minutes. That occasionally he just comes in, shakes a few hands, doesn't stay for communion, just leaves.
What is this
Hmm.
communion?
I will explain in due time, but it is a process where we symbolize our faith, where
I
we
see.
partake
I
of
see.
blessed food and symbolize of taking in and releasing and holding on to what is holy.
I
I
see.
see.
Uh, I suppose we will come back once we find out more about what's happening here, priest. We thank you for your time.
I thank you
Get
for
my hat?
yours. And it's a rare occurrence for me to be able to practice English. It is such a rare thing to be able to do.
Mhm.
Bows his head.
Speak it quite
Thank you. I've
right.
I've been studying.
See you around, Father. And then we walk away.
Howdy.
Tip sat.
The entrance to the bell tower, is it outside of the church or inside the church?
It's inside, just
Oh,
near
we walk into the church.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
inside the church, just next to the entrance. Parang may spiral staircase going up.
Okay, so I just point towards the bell tower.
Oh, please go ahead. Be careful. You might fall.
You're gonna
Right.
ring it though?
No. I'm just going to use it as a vantage point.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Beside the spiral staircase, there's parang a rope that you can pull for. He explains it to you. He pulls it to be able to ring the bell, and usually he does that to be able to signify to the town that it's about time for the service to start. And usually he rings the bell if there are any emergencies or town hall meetings that have to be called. So there are multi functions to the bell, as well as if there is fire, stuff like that. So you climb up to the bell. Up the bell, make a perception check as you reach the top.
Yeah.
Oh boy, 11. Wow, I need to get
20.
my other D20s.
Who else rolled? Si Yondo lang may nag-akyat.
I
Uh,
rolled then.
I rolled
I
an
need that.
11, so that's
11.
yeah.
I have a
11.
20.
Did you climb with Yondo?
Yeah, I think Kian went with me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a, I need that vantage point
Well,
then.
Yondu, it's more of like the dust and like the climb up is kind of like bothersome. You notice that there hasn't been kind of like footsteps or activity coming and reaching this point. Parang wala masyadong umakyat dito. Primarily because it's steep and it's very uncomfortable kasi parang it's a steep climb tapos wala masyadong space. Don't really see much. Akayan, with your 20, let's just say na parang you were able to see that there are, like, aside from the town that you are visibly able to see, like as you reach the top, in the horizon you see kind of like a formation of black clouds in distance. With the 20, you do notice that it's moving rather quickly for parang uncharacteristically quick as as the sun starts to parang more or less go into dusk na, go into sunset position. Aside from that, you do notice, like, as you reach this bell tower, parang something catches your eye at the top of the bell, like where the string is attached. Parang malaking bell siya. Almost like a humanoid na bell. Parang not as big, pero parang ganun. Parang half a body of a person. There seems to be like very faint scratch marks, like on the top of it. Parang ganun.
Oh,
I tap
that's interesting.
Yandu's shoulder, and I point to the scratches and to the clouds.
Seeing as that I investigated the claw marks earlier, can I maybe compare it to the scratch marks I see?
Yeah, make a. I would say. What would you like to roll for that?
Siguro investigation, DM.
Yeah, make it with advantage.
Cool.
As he does that, DM, I'm taking out my musket and making sure that it's
That
good
is
to
a
go.
19. That's a 21. 21.
With the 21, you do find out that it doesn't come from the same creature. Definitely not. But they come from a smaller creature that similarly has parang dug-in claws, but it's different in a sense that it's aside from its size, it's different, but also like how easily it seemed to cut through solid steel or solid bronze at the very least. Like this entire bell is made out of bronze. Parang ganun, parang how easily it cut through that. So it might be very sharp. Doesn't necessarily seem to come from any, maybe parang a hawk or with sharp talons, maybe. But definitely something to note. Parang you have make a nature check man.
Nature check.
Si Andu. As he does that, DM, I'm still.
Oh God. Yeah, I really need to get my other D20s. Yeah, that's a nat one.
I still need to look at the other. I'll while he does that, I'll keep looking at the. I'll be on the lookout for anything weird that's coming towards the town or anything from all sorts of directions.
Okay, so that's what you do. Actively stay there.
Yeah.
Luke and Gene, what would you like to do as you're still at the bottom?
Yeah, I'll try to parang stay guard. Like if there's something weird that's happening. Yeah, so I'll just parang keep an eye on things. Just be cautious enough. Do I need to roll something like perception?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Come on, let this be a good roll, man. Oh, come on. 7 plus 3. I think this is 3. I just rolled a 10.
I rolled a 11 plus 3, 14.
14. Aside from like, you do see like the couple of guards that seem to be like making the rounds. Aside from that, nothing too strange. Those of you who are on the top of the bell tower, as you're kind of like scanning through and seeing like this dark cloud kind of like envelope and coming towards you, make another perception check for me.
Sino mag-roll, DM?
Those of you who are on top of the tower.
Okay.
16 DM.
Finally! Wow, I just needed to change dice. Yeah. That's 23.
23.
Nice,
okay.
Nice.
You do notice, like at the edge of the town, parang there is a tree line there. You do notice a couple of things. You do notice like figures and shadows move about. You're not quite sure like what they are, but they are skulking around the tree line. With the 23, you manage to notice also that this cloud isn't a cloud. It doesn't seem to be a cloud, but it's a. They move too quickly for a cloud.
They?
Oh boy.
How far away? How far away, DM?
You're not sure.
At this point, where is Matri and Grandier?
They are at the bottom of the church.
The bottom.
I parang whistle to them. Then I point to the cloud. To the clouds.
Looks up. Hindi ako natamaan ng anything. Nag-whistle ka eh.
Adi, psst na lang, psst. Oops.
Oh! Ow! Isa to?
Some of the guards spot as well, like this strange cloud. Some of them move towards quickly, no? Like, quickly in a fast pace. You see them almost rehearsed and do this smoothly and very ano yun, parang very efficiently. They move towards the gate, the main gate, and close it, and they barricade the gate. They some of the guards go around and light torches up the edges of the town. So parang sa edges of the like the walls in itself. And most of the guards then, after lighting torches, they proceed down to a covered area like underneath the wall. So parang may wall dito, tapos may walkway, so nandito sila sa baba. Parang ganun. And they're holding on to spears. Like that.
Nice.
Some of them eyeball you, and parang they say, in, go, in. Mga ganun sila.
Screw it. What was the DM the signal for the bell tower? Might as well ring it na.
As you parang as you do that, parang you look and you feel a tug from behind you. As you notice that someone is trying to pull you inside the church.
Oh.
Inside.
Do
So,
I-
si Gabriel siguro.
You look and it is Father Gabriel. Let's come inside. Tapos,
Go inside.
he goes inside, he locks, he closes the door, and he points towards you on top of the bell tower. Get down now.
We go down. Just follow the locals, man.
He slaps as you go down, he slaps there's a lever there, and the
Door.
hatch closes, and covering the entire bell tower.
Oh boy.
He then proceeds to goes to the windows and tries to close parang may
We help,
parang curtains.
we help.
Yeah, we'll help.
He closes that, and he can, after you do that, he lights a very small candle, puts it on the center of the church, and he draws you in and says, "Come here."
Go there. Come closer.
He says, "Whatever you do, don't make a sound."
Click. Okay.
I point towards Grandier's stomach. Don't make a sound.
You hear it first, parang what sounds like thunder from a distance. As you hear this kind of like this sound wave enter this area, you feel the ground starts to shake. As the ground starts to shake, Father Gabriel puts his finger on his lips, and he blows out the candle. And you're enveloped in this darkness, no? And coming out from the outside, it's still very much like sunset, so may ilaw pa rin breaking through the curtains. But eventually, parang you see streaks of black kind of like fly through.
Oh God.
And kind of like slowly and gently, this entire place is covered in darkness. So whatever parang light na parang nakikita nyo, all you see
Wala.
is black.
Damn it. Grandier would like to ready an action. If anything, parang grab siguro in front of me. That seems hostile or...
I've done that earlier, man. Ako kaya before that, man, click na ako.
Man, I'm blind. I'm blind. I don't have
So
dark
do I. So I just keep quiet and just follow instructions.
Gene has dark
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah, what can I see, DM?
You see thousands of figures, black tiny figures, fly around this area and envelope kind of like the outside of this place. Small enough to see that there are probably, it's as if this entire town was engulfed in rapid water in a river of all these creatures.
Damn.
Make a perception check for me.
All right, a moment.
Yeah.
That is, well, come on, 8 plus 11.
So that's a 19.
No, sorry. It's 8 plus. Sorry. 8 plus 3, 11.
11. Okay, sorry. With an 11, you aren't able to really ascertain like what this creature's shape is, but they seem to be small creatures with wings.
What do we hear, DM?
At this point, parang the rumbling has started, and you hear parang the sound of thousands of, as if like wings batting from the outside, and you hear the very okay. Make a perception check na lang. So if you can hear,
I would like to know sound and smell. Oh shit! 4 plus 3. It's just a 7.
15 plus 4.
Hi,
19
Ate
DM.
Kia.
hi daw. Sorry, tingin-tingin lang siya. With the 9, what was that? 4 plus.
Sorry,
19?
4 plus 3, so 7. For me, that's for
you,
Ganjir.
For you, Carlo?
19, just to hear what's going on.
Okay, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Dwarven.
All right. How about the rest of you?
Common and Minotaur.
Elvish and ano ba yun? Demon.
Infernal?
Infernal, yeah.
Ako kay Vedalken tsaka Primordial.
Primordial, nice.
Oh, baka meron akong extra. Wala to. Wala lagi. Common and Minotaur. Sana na.
You hear screeching. That's what you hear, Carlo. Like as if thousands of forks were being sliced through para plates.
Chalkboard?
Parang ganun siya. But to you, Gene, it absolutely makes perfect sense. You hear a very loud, as if thousands of voices were speaking one message. Find the boy. Find the boy.
And then sino katabi ko DM?
It's Father Gabriel to your left and Nico to your right. Ayondu to your right.
Alright. You suddenly feel me parang kind of rocking
Morse
back
code.
and forth. I'm rocking back and forth, and you can feel my breathing suddenly pick up, and I'm starting to feel traumatized with what I hear, and I start to shake. I start to rock forward, and I slowly whisper, "Find the boy, find the boy, shut up!" And then
you hear the entire noise coming from the outside. Father Gabriel shut up. You hear the entire noise coming from the outside come to a stop.
Here we go.
And the windows shatter. And that's where we'll end our session.
Fuck!
Oh!
Damn. We're doomed. How many of these things are there?
We'll see.
What?
Time to
What?
die, boys.
What?
This is why I followed yung instruction. Kasi if I fire that gun, we're fucking screwed. We're doomed.
No,
It was a
yung
whisper, I guess.
ang ano ko lang nun is if ever there's something in front of me, yeah, I would strike it. Hindi yung ganyan lang ako. I'd strike
Yeah, I
it.
mean, yeah, pero it seems that oh yeah, I guess. I
Yeah,
would know
yung-
that kasi of my mercenary veteran background.
I wouldn't surrender.
Yeah.
Or Grandier wouldn't.
Interesting.
We'll try to stop.
That's a lot of them, man. How are we gonna fuck?
Well, we still have the other, townspeople. Hopefully they help.
Sure.
What?
God.
Itinaw.
Goodbye, church.
So I guess
Dang.
outside of character, if the demons are looking for the boy, these might be these might be sent by the woman na
O nga, no, may
who
boy yun.
who was taken
Impregnated.
by this by the angel. There's a huge chance. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Guess,
Awesome,
guess,
dude. Awesome story, man. I'm
guess we're
looking forward to it.
gonna find the son of
Wait,
God.
everything na sa story is OG sa'yo?
Yeah.
Hindi, cool,
Actually,
cool.
actually, short story ko to when I was in college.
Oh, we are living out Fonzi's story.
Oh,
I like
boy.
this.
Damn.
Short story ko to
How
when I was
many?
in college.
I'm curious. How many of those?
But
things
already
are
it's
there?
so parang it's off the rails. Hindi ko na alam ano.
It all started when a minotaur entered town. Parang, well,
Out of
What's
control.
doing here?
I love it.
Game, guys.
Brilliant,
Holy
brilliant.
So more or less pala, I hope you had fun. The title of
Yes.
the adventure is the title of the campaign for now, no, part 1 is ano yun? I'll show it to you. Ooh, show it to you.